And joining us now is Ravi Kant, the petitioner who's gone to the Supreme Court against Mayawati's statues. So can the Supreme Court really do anything about this at all? What
Yes, certainly, because the rule of the law prevails in the land. And if any decisions, even if a law is passed by the state assembly or by the union government, if it is arbitrary, if it is misuse of public money, if it is misuse of power, the Supreme Court can struck it down under Article 14, the right to equality.
Article 14, misuse of power, misuse of public money.
Arbitrary use of power.
Right. So what could it do? What could the Supreme Court, if they find her guilty of this, what powers does it have?
Supreme Court can get it investigated, and if it finds out that this 2,000 crore has been wasted on just to fulfill the personal whims of one individual rather than the public at large, the Supreme Court can struck it down and say that it is ultra-violence, it's against the Constitution, and of course a lot of things can happen then.
A lot of things like what do you mean?
Of course, Mayawati statues should be brought down, but I don't have any opposition with Dalit statues, Dalit leaders statues.
Right.
But of course,
her personal statues,
yes, her
of the
personal
party
statues,
symbol, etc.
Yeah, party symbols
can
will
actually
be removed.
Brought down.
Yes,
Supreme Court
it
can order
should be.
that.
It should be. It is violative of the Model Code of Conduct. If you remember, the Model Code of Conduct had opposition with even the Chief Minister's pictures. So these are going to be public parks and public places where these replicas of the party symbol has been installed. It will be opposed across the political spectrum.
No, you're right. We have been getting an immense amount of email from viewers incensed by this. They're really furious that any politician should do this. But other politicians waste public money. Why have you not gone? Have you got any political motive at all in this?
No. See, I represent a developmental organization. I represent an organization who have been working on human trafficking, on child labor.
Right.
I have done a lot of work in the last 15 years. My organization name is
She's
Shakti
accused
Vahini.
you of this, of course.
Yeah, I have my whole career is in the public.
Right.
And
now we saw Mr. Chidambaram really annoyed by this. So many other politicians. Can something as simple like this become diverted by politics, because it is for an average person just a clear waste of money?
See, of course the politicians can play a lot of role and they can pitch in, but my question is again, what was the opposition doing? What was the ruling party, the opposition parties doing? What were the national parties doing when they came to know that this budget has been passed? They should have opposed it. This is against, again, of course I don't have any political aspirations, but it is against the whole democratic structure. The opposition has to play a role, which they didn't did.
Right. Well, it's clear that the Supreme Court has listened to your petition, and perhaps that's the last authority that will do something which is not political against Mayawati's statues of herself. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us.